Welcome to Maroon Talk, the only segment dedicated for anything and everything UP Fighting Maroons. I am Phim batch 2010 from UP Los Baños. But today we have another special episode as we are joined by, once again, our friend from the Ateneo side, Jake Del Rosario, everybody.
Yes, what's up? What's up, everybody? I'm Jake Del Rosario, and for those who have forgotten, I'm from batch 2019.
Yeah.
So
fresh grad. You can follow him at Jake_Delro. Am I correct? That's your correct username, right? Yeah, that's on right. Twitter. So yeah, if you have questions, you can shoot him up on his Twitter and all. So Jake was actually there in the game yesterday, right? He was there live.
Yes, I was in the GA section.
Oh, how was it? Let us know how it felt.
First of all, super intense pa rin kahit tambak yung score. And this time around, we got outnumbered by UST's fans. As in, yung GA section ng Ateneo side, puno ng mga yellow shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
So would you say that, what was it, 60-40 or 70-30?
Actually, interesting kasi sa may patron and lower box areas, there were slightly more Ateneans, alumni. Pero sa GA, it was like 75
UST
25, yeah,
and I guess upper box as well. Upper box,
same story, upper box.
Okay, so the final score was 91 for Ateneo.
It was 91-77.
Yep, with Ateneo
UST.
Ateneo pretty much dominating the whole game. But no, actually, yeah, I'm looking at the quarter scoring right now. Okay. For the first quarter, Ateneo scored 32 points and UST scored 17. But for the second quarter, it was even actually, with 22 points each. And as we go to the third, it was Ateneo with 22 points and the UST with 19. If I'm not mistaken, that was Thirdy Ravena's 11 points on the third quarter. And on the fourth quarter, actually UST outscored Ateneo with a 19-15.
But by then it was
too far already.
Too late.
Yeah. Sige, let us know how it went, because actually I was able to watch just the second half of the game. Jake.
If I were to summarize game 1 or the series as a whole, kahit wala pang games 2 and 3, 3 words: finals, Thirdy Ravena.
Yep.
Yeah, if in the NBA we have game 6 Clay or finals LeBron, I think this is the UAAP equivalent of that.
Yeah. Thirdy Ravena is really a different animal when it comes to the finals. But yeah, we've been seeing him do great the whole season, but then when it comes to the finals, it's really something for Thirdy, right?
Yes, ibang halimo talaga siya kapag finals. Actually, for the season, I'm noticing na he was pretty much coasting because he wasn't really padding his stats throughout the elimination round. So I'm guessing like he's just conserving himself. Wala masyadong highlight dunks, wala masyadong points and stuff like that. But this is his playground. This is pretty much his world, and we're all just living in it. Thirdy
finished with 32 points, 5 rebounds.
35.
Was it
35?
Yeah, I heard the announcers say 35, but then for some reason on the stat sheet sa mga articles they say it's 32. It's like, why is there a discrepancy there? But despite that, he also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. The funny thing to me here,
and the field goal shooting.
Yeah, did he like miss?
The field goal shooting is 14 of 15. Wow. See how efficient
what the hell?
His scoring was in the field. Just 4 misses.
What the hell? And considering he's not a big man, so those shots weren't mainly on the inside alone, right?
Yes.
So that's, talk about efficiency, talk about high scoring. That is Thirdy Ravena in the finals. What's funny for me is when we saw him dominate the third quarter, it was like you can see in his face na it was nothing new to him, you know. He wasn't showboating or anything. He wasn't like screaming or whatever. But like, he was just doing his job. Yeah, so that speaks
Definitely.
volumes when it comes to the attitude of how Coach Tab treats his players, how they came up with the proper mindset and all heading into this game. Because most people were expecting that Ateneo would be sluggish since they came off a 2 week break, right?
A long layoff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What can you say about that, Jake?
I think it really goes to show that the coaching staff is really an integral part of the team. It's not just about the players all the time. In fact, I think this series alone, more than the players, the main matchup was really about Coach Tab versus Coach Alden, because these are two very elite coaches.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you saw online, but right after game 1, as in the night after game 1, kakatapos lang, kakanalo lang namin. The entire coaching staff, Coach Tab, Coach Sandy, and all the other assistant coaches, they went back tomorrow. They went back to the video room, and they went straight to work. Like
What?
they're not satisfied at all. They're not content with just winning game 1. If I'm not mistaken, it was posted by Miss Dabitan, one of our managers, and one of the Ateneo profs like posted it online, and it went viral. I'll show you the
Yeah,
picture
please
later.
send me.
But yeah, basically after game 1, literally hours after game 1, it's back in the lab reviewing game tape. The job's not done, basically.
Talk about that work ethic. That is crazy. And yeah, if you want to be champions, that is the type of work ethic that you have to go through in order for you to succeed. So yeah, it's business as usual, as what Coach Tab would always say. And apparently, some parts of the press con after the game was shown on TV, and it was seen there. We heard Coach Tab treat this game as just the first half.
The first half. Yes.
That is just a unique way to look at this. Because I think that's the first time I heard the coach talk about that type of mindset in a best of 3 series. Have you heard of something like that?
Actually, I have. I'm not sure if you remember the 2009 finals, but an interviewer asked Kobe about his thoughts about the leading 2-0, and Kobe was no smiles at all. He was all business. He even asked the reporters, "Oh, have we achieved anything yet? We haven't won the series.
Yeah.
So why are you asking me about whether we're happy about leading 2-0?"
This was
I feel like Coach Tab's mentality is
NBA
similar to
finals,
Kobe's,
right?
So no contentment, no early celebrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the finals.
That was
a couple of
against
years
the
back.
Orlando Magic, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Oh, that was like
Definitely.
wow. That was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago already.
Yep.
Oh, nine. Yeah. So, well, on the talking about the UST side, we saw Mark Nonoy score his career high. Was it 26, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
He scored 26. Yeah, 26 points.
26 points.
I personally was not able to watch that quarter. So talk about how that happened. This was the second quarter, right?
Kinabahan tayo actually. Yeah. Actually, kinabahan yung Ateneo side when he was shooting 3 after 3 after 3. Just because you could see that number 1, kahit rookie siya, like there's no such thing as rookie jitters for this kid.
Yeah.
You would figure that it's the finals, the biggest stage, biggest games of their lives, but for Mark Nonoy, he just saw this as an opportunity to really step up and really turn up his game. So to see that from a rookie is very admirable, but at the same time I'm not surprised, because this guy has been performing since the do or die game against FEU. And you saw him
he
what
has.
he did against UP.
Yes.
So I only expect him to just maintain this performance, and all the more he has to double it if UST will have a chance to extend the series.
True. So you're saying most of his shots in the second was from downtown? Was it?
Yes, they were mostly 3-point shots.
Okay. Wow. I don't know really Mark Nonoy in the juniors, but I'm not sure if he'd always had that shooting with him. But I know he's known for.
To be honest, not really, because I see some of his highlights reels before the season started, and mostly dakdak lang siya ng takdak. Like he was basically compared to Westbrook, like, because of how fast he is, how he attacks the basket.
Damn.
So to see him shoot threes all of a sudden is such a huge surprise.
So that's a big addition to his arsenal, and and being a rookie, there's so much more he has left in his tank. Also knowing that Coach Alden is in his training pool, whatever. So he'll probably get led to the right path and all. Another one who showed up for UST was Brent Paraiso. Right, am I correct?
Yes.
He's the second leading scorer for the Tigers with 14 points. I think pretty much the whole game he was able to balance his scoring. Chabio also scored 13. Subido with 8. And the others really couldn't find their rhythm because of probably the Ateneo's game plan. Was it more of a...
And I think also you have to credit Ateneo's defense for containing Chabio and Subido, because even though they put up decent stats, we hardly felt their presence at all. Like, I think most of Chabio's points came when the game was already decided, or some of Subido's threes came when the game was already decided. So parang di rin namin masyado na feel yung presence nila. Unlike si Mark Nonoy when he was going on that tear early in the second quarter.
Another surprising fact is Renzo Abando only had 3 points. Again, that's credit to Ateneo's defense, their solid game plan and all.
And I think it's also rookie jitters, because given that this is his first time in the finals, so unlike Nonoy, I think the rookie jitters hit Abando really hard.
Yeah, that is a good point. Talking about Ateneo naman, after Thirdy, Ange Kwame had 18 points. SJ Belangel with an amazing game had 12 points. And Gian Mamuyak had 9, Will Navarro had 6, Mike Nieto had 5, Matt Nieto had 5, Adrian Wong had 3, Matthew Daves had 2, and PJ Andrade, Isaac Go, Magdenberg, and Malilin had no scores. But yeah, you know what's funny to me, when I tweeted yesterday, Tyler Teo didn't even play in this game. And they won by that much. So, knowing that they still have a Tyler Teo to potentially come off the bench, I was like, that speaks volumes again for Ateneo's depth. You know?
Yes.
I think probably Ateneo's Coach Tab is gonna surprise everyone with putting him in game 2. Would you think so? That would not
expect him to put more new players on the court just to surprise the UST coaching staff, because Coach Tab is very fond of putting players in and out of the lineup.
Who else did it play? Was it only him? I think Jeo Chu did not see minutes.
Him and I think si Credo.
And
si Jason Credo.
So those 3 players didn't play for this game. Let's talk about SJ Belangel. You know, I've always liked how he played. I know he was a star in the juniors, but
the juniors.
So I saw him last year, mostly in the finals. But he's like a steady point guard. You know, one of the point guards that we really admire. I personally admire. He doesn't look to score at first. You know, he runs his plays, looks for his teammates. So that's what I like about him. Talk about.
I think for me, once Matt Nieto leaves, once he graduates, I think we're gonna be just fine in the point guard position. Because you take a look at that game, for example, like when Mark None was torching our defense, it did not waver Belangel one bit. Like he just stayed the course.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the half, he hit like a big 3 to extend the lead. You really saw no signs of
celebrations
or nervousness in his game.
Yeah, none of that at all. That's how big his confidence is. Were you able to see the tweet by our friend Carlo Lavenia of Humble Bola?
Oh yeah, batchmate by the way.
Oh yeah, your batchmates.
Yeah, we're batchmates.
So he tweeted yesterday with the press con. I think someone asked SJ about Nonoy. What was it? Can you explain it properly? I can't really remember how it planned out.
I think basically, I didn't really watch the post game either, but what Belangel was trying to imply is that he just stayed the course. He just played his game pa rin. And I think Coach Tab who said, "I don't think I ever saw you lose confidence," or I don't think. I'm not sure the exact quote, but
I think he was asked.
Basically, what Coach Tab is.
I think SJ was asked, how did it affect his confidence, knowing that Mark None was, I think, like pressuring him and all, like that.
Yeah.
And then Carlos saw Coach Tab whisper to SJ, since they're beside each other, na you don't know how to lose your confidence, something like that. Parang ganun.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yes. And pretty much, yeah, that is true. We haven't seen a bad game from SJ Belangel ever since he was playing in last year. So that's how effective he was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, is it Matt Nieto's last playing year already?
Yeah.
He's okay. So yeah, being the starting point. Yeah. That's why they wanted to win the championship as twins. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. Because I think their dad won back-to-back.
Yeah.
So they want to beat out his dad, I think, and get the 3-peat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that in the start of the season. Oo nga pala. So yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't think Ateneo's ever had a bad point guard even during the rebuilding days.
Oh yeah.
So
that's always a steady position for us.
Yeah, that long line of Blue Eagle pedigree on the point guard spot is really something to.
Although I don't want to sound biased here, but I think Matt might go down as one of the greatest point guards in Ateneo.
Oh yeah.
Well, for one he's my classmate, so I really support him. But I don't think I've ever seen a true point guard like Matt.
Oh yeah. One person I could think of is Maki Escalona. I
think he's the closest.
Back in the mid 2000s, Maki Escalona, you wouldn't really see him
because I think
score much and all.
I think the previous point guards are more of the shooter type, like sina Jai Reyes, sina Wang.
More like scorers. L.A. Tenorio, even L.A. Tenorio was.
But I think for me, see Matt, he's like the true prototypical point guard who won't really like pat the stats in terms of points. Mm-hmm. But he's just that steady force that knows how to like calm the team down, but at the same time really run the plays that Coach Tab designs for the team.
So he really is an extension of the coach, right? On the court.
Yes,
something like that. Yeah. What else can we talk about? What yesterday's game?
If I may interject, I think for the Ateneo fans out there, we just have to really enjoy and savor the remaining games of Thirdy. Because I don't think we'll ever see another performance like that again. Like, to see this run of epic finals performances by Thirdy, I don't think there's any other player that can try to match that. Maybe one game, but to do it consistently game in and game out, mahirap yan gawin, believe it or not.
Again, as we said earlier, Thirdy Ravena is a different animal. It looked like he was just pacing the whole season, as he wasn't really scoring much. So he was more of an all-around player in the eliminations and all. But now it's his time. He loves the big stage, and you can't really stop him whenever he's here. I don't know how you, even if you put your best defender on Thirdy Ravena, I still think he's gonna score like 20 points at least.
And I think that's why it's also important that even though Coach Tab relies heavily on the system and team play, you still need your stars to show up in the finals.
Oh yeah.
Like the finals is all about creating legends, stars putting up big stats. Like I know that's against Coach Tab's philosophy, but in the finals you really need big time players to make big time plays.
Yeah, this is where the big boys play. The finals. As Jake said, yeah, this is where legends are born. This is the time of the big boys. Because these types of series separate the good players from the great players. So we'd really know
definitely.
who.
Yes, sir.
Just like Mark Nonoy, Mark Nonoy is a rookie, but then again, he's putting up monster numbers in the biggest stage of his life. So even if they lose this one, this season, God knows how much Mark Nonoy will improve next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Watching live, what else can you share with us?
Well, I think besides the fact that the crowd was outnumbered, or our crowd was outnumbered, I think UST fans are equally reaching UP levels of hype, of noise.
Oh yeah, they've been there ever since.
Yeah.
How about?
And I think it goes back to your previous episode, how Ghost and the UP champ are two of the most iconic. Just hearing that live really gives you goosebumps, even though
you're on the opposing side. Actually, one more cheer that I wanted to add to that iconic chants is the one with FEU. If you don't watch live, so you won't really know this iconic cheer by FEU. It's a let's go FEU, let's go thingy. So if you're an avid fan of the UAP, you'd know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's another cheer that's very happy to cheer along and all.
Yeah.
How about the ticket sales? How did the ticket sales go? Was it super hard as well?
It was so difficult to get tickets like the Thursday before.
Okay.
Because for one, like pati GA pa lang, like sobrang hirap na kami bumili. And it doesn't help that online maraming scalpers. Like I think there was one scalper that tried to sell a GA ticket for 2.5k.
What the hell?
I'm not kidding.
What the hell? What the hell?
Ticket talaga yung.
Wala na ba nagbebenta sa Araneta at that time? I mean, during the game day?
I think meron naman, because usually on the day itself, that's where they release the SRO sections.
So meron pa rin. I don't get how scalpers would freaking sell those for 2.5. You can just go to the arena.
Pero I think back to the crowd. Oh yeah. Pero back to the crowd, honestly, I think Ateneo's fans weren't really as lively as compared to the UST crowd, to be honest.
Yeah, of course, I could hear the Go Ateneos on TV.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys have big runs and all. So, but of course, that's UST. That's the UST crowd. That they've been known for that ever since. So, it's really hard. It definitely is hard to catch up with that kind of energy.
Yeah, and even during the UP finals last year, sobrang paos yung mga bosses ng mga Ateneo fans just because of how large the UP contingent is. Like every time an Ateneo fan would try to start one big fight, you wouldn't hear it anymore because all you hear is UP. Yeah,
that is one thing I was really amazed with.
That's how lit your crowd is.
That's one thing I was really amazed with last year. So it's like how did we come up with that cheer? So that's just the beauty of the UAP.
And I guess that's Yep, and I guess that's why the Grab drivers, when they were talking about it, because most of my Grab drivers have been talking about like the finals and all that. A lot of them were actually cheering for UP. They really wanted UP so bad to make it to the finals. I know, like, in terms of competitiveness, I think this is the better series. But as far as the crowd factor, iba talaga yung vibe na binibigay ng UP crowd. Like, nothing to take away from UST because that's another amazing crowd. But based on the way both fans would go at it in last year's finals, like it really would have been much better if we had a sequel to this series.
Yeah. A lot of people were, of course, from the UP side, wanted to witness another Ateneo UP final, but sadly it didn't work. And because there really is something with that, not just on the court but off the court as well, with the fans and all. It was something, but I guess it's UST's time for this year, and I'm sure you guys would come up with something as special as that as well. And hopefully we see UST. I'm pretty sure Coach Alden will do his adjustments. Hopefully, they come up better next game, just so that we can see a better showing for the fans and all. But knowing Coach Tab, he do all the necessary work already just to counter anything UST is throwing at them.
I think also another side note, and I'm not sure if I might be reaching here, but if you notice, I think the past 3 MVPs, it's like there's this sort of MVP curse or something, because the MVP of that team would end up losing to Ateneo in the finals. Like, for example, in 2017, you had Ben and Bala winning the MVP, pero talo sila sa Ateneo. And then last year, we had Bright winning it, pero they still lost Ateneo. This year we have Chabio, and I don't want to right away, but it's looking like Ateneo is gonna close it out.
Yeah, that is. Or they were just born in a unlucky era wherein Ateneo's time is, Ateneo's destiny is popping up again. So maybe that's one. The next game is on Wednesday.
It's this Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday at the
4 o'clock at
Mo Arena. Again, good luck with the tickets with that. I'm pretty sure even if it's down south, the Ateneans will troop their way to the Mo Arena to close this one out.
And good luck also with the traffic.
Yeah, it's
weekday traffic and EDSA or whatever.
The holiday traffic is starting to build up now. And good luck to everyone on that day, because it's pretty much gonna get worse from now on. But if you're gonna celebrate lifting a trophy anyway, why not? I think that's a good way to.
It's definitely gonna be worth it.
It's definitely gonna be worth it. So anything else, Jake? Nothing much to say about that game since you guys pretty much dominated everything.
But I was really happy though when Bright announced that he was going to be back for one more year.
Yeah.
Because that was one of your talking points throughout your previous episodes, how this could be Bright's final year, stuff like that. So the fact that he confirmed it, that he was going to run it back for one more season, like as a non-UP alumni, but a fan nonetheless, like it's really happy. He's willing to give it one last shot.
Yeah.
Because I really feel na meron talaga kayong unfinished business, and it would be unfair if you have this uber talented squad and all of a sudden mag-break up kayo. Because of internal reasons and stuff like that.
He really is one of the cornerstones of this Ateneo era, and everyone's really happy na he's gonna be staying. And hopefully most of the boys do as well, but I guess it's still too early to tell, and let's just focus on the others first. focus on other things first, and let our boys rest since they've been through a brutal season for season 82. So more of that.
And I guess
in
also,
our coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
more
I
of that in
guess
our
also
coming.
kind
Sorry.
of a blessing. Oh, good. Sorry.
Yeah, more of that in our coming episodes as we conclude the UAAP 82. So just watch out for that. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
I guess also it was a blessing that as much as we all wanted UP in the finals, buti na rin na hindi because Noah Webb's injury, we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Bright's injury, like he's known for cramping a lot in the end game. So it's pretty much like how the Warriors got injured a lot in last year's finals.
Yeah.
We saw how brutal KD got hurt. We saw how Clay got hurt in Game 6, and then of course this season we saw how Steph went down. So at the same time, I guess long term speaking, buti na rin na di kayo pasok sa finals. Just from a health perspective, at least you have one more year to really recharge, to fully heal, to go back to the drawing board, and to really try to iron things out.
Oh, that is actually an interesting point. The wear and tear of the UAP, especially for this season, is different because you won't really have time to rest after your game since everything's cramped up in 2 months. The eliminations were cramped up in 2 months. So, that's one factor that not really many people realize. Na the wear and tear is crazy. So,
yes.
Hopefully the boys recuperate and get back ready for their build up for next season. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Jake? Before we end this episode.
Final thoughts. Well, first of all, no such thing as rust. I just saw a tweet, by the way, now lang, na what they were doing pala during the 17-day break. Coach Staff said they did a lot of running. Because conditioning is definitely one of the main things that will take a huge dip, will really be a major decline when it comes to these long breaks. So I guess what the coaching staff wanted to do was to work on their conditioning. So I guess that's why you saw a team that wasn't rusty at all. Like health-wise, they were physically in shape. They really played that same defense they were playing all season long, took it up a notch, and finals Thirdy Ravena. Like he pretty much sums up not just the series but our runs in the finals. Like it wasn't too long ago where in 2016 you saw a young Thirdy Ravena try to contain Jeron Teng, and I don't think he had any points. I vividly remember Thirdy struggling to score the basketball to save his life, and now look at him about to graduate, putting up some of the most historical stats that we only see maybe even in the NBA, believe it or not. So again, to all the Ateneo fans, savor this, enjoy this. We could be seeing Thirdy's final game ever in an Ateneo uniform this Wednesday. Kaya enjoy nyo na to, because I don't know if we'll ever have an era like this again.
Yeah, very well said, Jake. That is really something for the Ateneo fans to think about, since the Ravenas, it's only yung mga piling oras lang yan na may mga sumusulpot na mga Ravena na ganun kagaling na that would play for your school. So best of luck to both teams again for Wednesday. Hopefully no one hopefully no one gets injured anymore for the series. Luckily wala namang nasaktan last game, no? For game 1 wala naman.
I think Thirdy nearly got injured though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was like, I think he landed awkwardly one time.
Ankle, I think.
Yeah. So, but then again, he just brushed it off and played again. So that's one.
Not human at all.
I'm sure UST will come up with something up their sleeves and give. They won't really give this one to Ateneo just like that, right? So expect for a show. Expect for a battle on Wednesday. It's definitely something to look out for. And if you have school or work, get tuned in for this game, since it's gonna be one for the ages. could be Thirdy's final game.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Could be the other seniors' final game, but then, despite that, you gotta watch this one on Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'd like to thank Jake De Rosario for joining us today. Hopefully, is there any podcast covering the Blue Eagles or no? Or like any show?
But usually pura blogs lang yung ginagawa.
Yeah.
I think Rick Olivares,
mostly articles
I'm not
lang,
sure if you
no?
know him, but yeah, Bleachers.
Yeah, of course. He's a Liverpool fan, so
his,
I know him.
That's his blog page.
Yeah, his blog. So yeah, hopefully some Ateneo fans watch this one or hear about this podcast, since this one's for you as well as the UST fans out there. I'm actually quite flattered since some other UST fans were commenting in our previous episodes about that game, and they were pretty much positive. So I'm really flattered and thankful to those UST alumni. I'm not sure if they're alumni or students, but yeah, they really loved our episodes for that series with UST. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, that's actually my channel, Phim on YouTube, and you can follow us on Spotify. Also like our Facebook page, since it's pretty much a UP Fighting Maroon Facebook page. So, but yeah, like this one, we'd still continue even if the UP Fighting Maroons are out. We all love the UAAP, so that's why we're doing this. Thank you again, Jake, for joining us.
Yes.
You can follow him at
Thank you also for
Jake_Delro, and follow me at
both
Phim
on
Moran.
Twitter and on IG.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, and good luck to both teams.
Yes, thank you very
OBF.
much.
Go Uste. Yeah, thank you everyone. Peace. Have a great day.
Thank you.